Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at the Canon M50. You're not going to want to miss it. Don't go away. Hey all you YouTube Denzians, it is Paul from Fat Guy Productions coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we're going to take a look at the Canon M50. Now I've been using Canon cameras all my life. I had my first one in the late 70s. It was a Canon AE1. I believe they are high quality, they take amazing pictures, and Canon has done nothing but get better with age. The M50 is going to be replacing a lot of cameras in my house. It's going to be doing multiple duties, and it's also going to be taking over the video duties here for Fat Guy Productions, and we're going to be able to start bringing you video in 4K. So, without any more ado, let's get straight to the unboxing. Alright, as you can see, I chose the Video Creator Kit. This kit comes with the camera, the lens, a shotgun microphone, and a storage card. I quickly found out that this 32 gigabyte storage card was super not enough. Ended up having to buy another one. This will be a backup. Alright, so here is the Rode shotgun microphone for this camera. Now I've heard pretty good things about it. I don't expect it to take the place of my Samsung microphone that I have at my desk. But for moving about and things like shooting in the garage at the coin ringing station and things like that, this will probably be a pretty good microphone. Inside the box with the body is the usual 10,000 pounds of paperwork and the instruction manual that, a la Canon cameras, is big enough that you could kill somebody with it. But they don't miss anything in it. It's very comprehensive. Now that we're past all the paperwork, here come the goodies. A neck strap, of course. And here we have, I guess this is the lens. And indeed it is. It was hard to tell it was the lens because it's so small. It's really super tiny. Here we have the battery pack. I'll be needing more of those. Of course, here's the body. Nothing in there. And back here is the charger. And that's it for this box. Okay, so here it is, the Canon M50. As you can see, that's just in one hand. It is a very small camera, but I've really gotten to like them that way. So far, so good. Looks beautiful.
And here is the tiny, tiny lens I was telling you about. A tiny lens for a small camera. This sucker really, really is small. As you can see, it's a 15 to 45 millimeter with image stabilization. All I know is I can't wait to start using this sucker. It should be really nice.
All right, guys, I'm back. For you, it was just a matter of moments. For me, it was in actuality a couple weeks with me taking a look at the new, well, my new Canon M50. And so now I'm going to give you just a quick rundown on what I think. Let's start by talking about the form factor of this camera. It is a very small camera. You have to remember, this is not a DSLR. That means a digital single lens reflex, meaning light comes in through the lens, hits a mirror, bounces up to a prism, comes back around and out the viewfinder so that you can see what you're taking a picture of. And the reflex part comes in when you take the picture. That mirror jumps up out of the way to expose the sensor. This does not have a mirror, so everything that's coming in the lens is going straight to the sensor. And the only way you can actually see out of the viewfinder is electronically. It's just mirroring what the sensor is seeing, okay? So without that mirror and whatnot, this camera can be made to be very, very small. And that's going to be a problem for some people. Now, myself, for example, I have these big old ham fingers, and I'm actually very comfortable using this camera, but I've been using a smaller Canon for some time now, and I've gotten used to it, and so it works out very nicely for me. My friend Tom, he's got a couple kielbases on his hand. He may really, really hate this camera. And there's one other group to consider, and that is photography professionals. I think some professionals may say, oh, I can't go to a photo shoot with this camera, when they would be absolutely dead wrong. This camera is very full-featured. The sensor in it is one of the best Canon is putting in any of their cameras, bar none. Some of the higher end cameras don't have this sensor in it. So performance wise, this camera is up to snuff. What we're talking about is perception. When people think of a professional photographer, they're thinking back to the old days of the old Canons with the motor drive on the bottom and the big old sun pack flash, and you know, that's what they're thinking of. And if you show up at a photo shoot with this, I think some professional photographers feel that they would be giving off a less than professional appearance. But at the end of the day, what makes a good photographer is the eye, not the camera, okay? A great photographer is a great photographer. Ansel Adams could have took an old brownie and made fantastic photos. So the size of this camera shouldn't be an issue, but I'm sure it will be. As far as its features, it's got some really amazing features. As I mentioned, it already has the best sensor Canon is putting out in any camera. The back of the camera has this big, beautiful, amazing touch screen, which, yes, does go all the way to front facing for vloggers and whatnot. It is touch screen, it's beautiful, but this is a big deal to me, the viewfinder. A lot of these smaller cameras don't have this, or it's an expensive option. And if you're trying to take photos of or videos of fast-moving objects, it's really difficult to do it on a screen like that. I much prefer a viewfinder, so I'm really appreciative that this is included. The camera has, of course, automatic plus. It's got the scene settings, it's got manual, it's got aperture priority, time priority. and of course manual, so it's got everything that you could want depending on the level that you use. I don't really use any of the scene settings. I do all my photographs in post-production. I take them through Lightroom and I'll do what I want there. I really don't use the scene settings at all. The camera is very fast. It ranges on its ISO to a very high speed. It's got a hot shoe. Pretty much anything you could ask for in a high-level camera. But here's the best part of this camera, is sitting right here out in the front. And I actually don't mean the lens itself. I mean this feature. It is a removable lens camera. And the reason that is so important is because, frankly, this lens perplexed me a little bit. It's a 15 to 35 millimeter, 15 to 45 millimeter lens. Generally speaking, a 55 millimeter lens is considered standard, so I don't know where Canon was going with this lens, but it doesn't matter because this is removable, and with a small, cheap adapter, this camera can use the entire line of EF and EFS Canon lenses. That is a huge factor when you're looking at a smaller camera like this. The one that I've been using before this was a fixed lens, and you couldn't take it off. I love that camera. It's staying in my arsenal, but this really is a big deal that this lens comes off. As far as lenses go, this is not a bad lens. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad lens, but the fact that it comes off is what really makes this special. Of course, the camera's got, the flip-up flash, which we'll almost never use. And a lot of great features. Moving on to the next best features are its video capability. Of course, it shoots full HD, but it also shoots 4K, which means very soon you're going to be seeing 4K videos coming out of Fat Guy Productions. One of the main reasons I bought this camera. All right, so hopefully that's going to step things up for my YouTube channel. So this camera is going to end up being my primary camera. It's going to be the camera I'm going to use to shoot my YouTube videos from now on, and I think it's going to get a lot of use. When I bought this, I didn't just buy this camera body, which you can buy separately, or the camera set that you see here. I bought the videographer setup, which came with this Rode shotgun microphone. Now, this is not the best microphone on the planet by any stretch of the imagination, but it gets really, really great reviews, and in the little bit that I've tried it, it really does actually do a very admirable job. And so this is going to be a very important part of my YouTube videos when I'm not sitting here at the desk. When I'm sitting here at the desk, I'm going to be doing some other things with audio, but I bought this as a kit, and it came with the video card, the Rode mic, the camera, the lens, the whole 9 yards. Now, I will tell you, when you're shooting the 4K with this, you're going to burn through your card quickly. The card that came in this kit was nowhere near enough. So I ordered one that was like triple or quadruple in size, and I probably still wish I had more, so that's something else to consider. All in all, I think anybody can buy this camera and be very, very happy with it. But if you are a lower level person, and I don't, not insulting, I mean in photography, and you're just looking for a camera to have and take around and take snapshots with, I think Canon has a lot of other offerings that are better suited to you. They're still really great cameras, but the price point is going to be so much lower, and I think that would be a better choice for you. If you're doing nothing but video productions in like a studio setting, you probably want to go with something more suited to that. But this camera is going to be great for people taking more advanced photographs. It's going to be great for people who want to do some good video editing, things like that. YouTubers, vloggers are going to love, of course, that feature. This is going to be great for handheld shots and what have you. This is going to be a fantastic camera for anybody in a intermediate to a higher range. Even the professionals. If you want to shy away from this because of its size, I understand that. I think you're wrong, but I do understand it. But this could definitely fill a spot in your arsenal as a backup camera. Let's say your giant 80D breaks, okay? You can bust this out and you can do your shoot and you're gonna get great results out of it. So this could make a fantastic backup for the professional, even if you shy away from it as your primary camera. So my recommendation is this M50 is an amazing little camera. I think you will love it. Don't hesitate to go ahead and buy one. It'll serve you well. Canon makes a great product, and this is a great camera. All right, that's all we're gonna have for today. If you like this video, I would appreciate a big old thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to post any comments or questions or anything that you have down in my section below. Remember, this channel is about anything I feel like it should be. So, you know, who knows what I'm going to make videos of. If you want to hear something or see something, let me know in the comments and I'll try and get to that for you. All right, so that's going to do it for today. This is Paul from Fat Guy Productions. Be good.